It defied economics. Defied it for decades. The $1.50 hook. Subscribe now.
While a normal retailer might mark up items by 35%, Costco strictly caps its markups at 14%, resulting in an average merchandise profit margin of 3%. Operating a $400 billion company on a 3% margin leaves zero room for error. The most visible symbol of this math sits in the food court. Since 1985, the hot dog and soda combo has cost $1.50. If that combo tracked with inflation, it would cost around $4.65 today. At $1.50, Costco loses money on every transaction, and they sell roughly 245 million of them every year. At $1.50, Costco loses money on every transaction, and they sell roughly 245 million of them every year. When Costco's CEO approached co-founder Jim Sinegal begging to raise the price to stop the losses, Sinegal was absolute. "If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you. Figure it out." Why would a corporation of this scale intentionally lose money on food and barely break even on its merchandise? To understand the logic, we look at the origin of the warehouse club. Saul Price built his early stores on a strict philosophy of prioritizing value for the customer over any short-term profit for the owners. That ideology resonated with Jim Sinegal. Born in the 1930s, Sinegal was raised in the shadow of Pittsburgh's steel mills, where he learned the dignity of a week's wages and the value of sacrifice. Sinegal started out as a grocery bagger under Saul Price. He spent decades as Price's protege, studying the logistics of scale and the importance of customer trust. In 1983, Sinegal partnered with Seattle entrepreneur Jeff Brotman to open their own warehouse. It was an unglamorous aircraft hangar with concrete floors and metal rafters. Together, they applied Price's ideology to a formal code of ethics that rejected Wall Street's demand for higher quarterly profits. They ignored Wall Street because the membership card itself is the core driver of the entire Costco economy. In fiscal 2025, membership fees brought in $5.3 billion. Of total revenue, these fees make up less than 2% of cash flowing in. But since that fee is almost pure profit, it accounts for 70% of Costco's net operating income. That profit is locked in before a customer even buys a single item. And year after year, 93% of those members pay to renew. This is the business model inversion. Costco sells merchandise at cost strictly to justify that membership fee. Their financial incentive is fully aligned with saving the customer money. In this context, the $1.50 hot dog acts as a psychological trust signal. It proves to members that the company will keep its promises, even when inflation makes those promises expensive. Costco protects that trust through its private label, Kirkland Signature. Manufacturing items in-house lets them bypass supplier markups and control the quality. This chart shows the brand's impact. Kirkland makes up just 12.5% of the items on shelves, but drives 23% of total revenue. Efficiency also allows for a radical labor strategy. Costco pays warehouse staff an average of $31 an hour, with robust benefits. That investment results in a 6% employee turnover rate, while the rest of the retail industry averages 17%. High wages and high quality, private labels aren't charitable expenses. They are calculated investments that eliminate operational friction and guarantee membership renewals. This model has built an unassailable moat. When traditional retailers try to match these prices, they encounter a mathematical trap. A typical retailer might use a cheap item as a loss leader to bait shoppers, hoping they will buy higher margin goods later in the trip. If a standard grocery chain applied Costco's 11% average markup across their entire inventory, they would go bankrupt. Traditional competitors lack the multi-billion-dollar safety net of membership revenue required to survive on such thin margins. The $1.50 hot dog is the physical proof of this strategy, a retail empire built specifically by refusing to squeeze its customers.
It defied economics for decades. It is the ultimate anchor for a massive multi-billion-dollar secret. Tap subscribe to decode the world's biggest brands. Welcome to Wealth Decoded.